Seeing the sizzle lead coming out from Khevros' side up against the Mew from Elty, so it's pretty risky to stay in turn one. You don't want to risk getting your item knocked off. You don't want to get... Something else about Khevros' team is he doesn't really have a top-notch answer for me outside of the Zapdos. But we do see like Garchomp come straight up into the U-turn, so it looks like we are going to be seeing an impish Garchomp with a rocky helmet. My mic is acting weird. Oh no.
Just cuts out a bit.
Just cuts out? Oh, you're fucking kidding, mate. Nah, this ain't... Man, I thought we fixed this. I didn't even know this was a problem, actually. If it becomes a huge problem, let me know.
It's not too bad. Throwing blue in your room today?
Yeah, a little bit. I got the mood lighting coming in.
I was like, it's 3 AM. It can't possibly be the sun.
Nah, as if, bro. I'd open up my window right now, it'd be pitch black. Alright, so Garchomp up against Garchomp currently. So, now that Khevros knows that Elty's Garchomp is most likely slow, I mean, it could be a jolly rocky helmet, but that's not something you see every day. It's hard to follow who is who with the camera rotation. It's fair. If they want to sort it out, they can. It's not up to me. But I mean, in this sort of a situation, okay, so we just go. Fuck, LT, are you high, bro? What are you doing? Okay, so LT just decides to sack his Chomp. I guess he just wants Chip onto the opposing Garchomp, but we don't actually see an item on that. So Mamoswine's just going to be able to come out. I guess Mamoswine's also a pretty decent win condition in this game, as he doesn't actually have a switch into this entirely when rocks are up, because I guess he knew it was Scarf coming in because the Garchomp just decided to stay in. A dead Chomp, 2 dead Chomp. Yeah, that's definitely extremely particular. I guess coming into this matchup, he must have known, but Gardevoir's now out on the field. I don't really think this is something you want to risk against. It could be Specs Gardevoir, but regardless, you're definitely risking a speed tie, which I don't think is ever good in the long run. I think you'd really just want to keep the Mamoswine alive in this situation, considering it's extremely good in this matchup. Looking at this team, if he does actually get rid of his Mamoswine, then it's extremely difficult to break through. Of what I've noticed is it's going to be hard to break through that Sizzle most likely, unless he's just going to be able to have to 6-0 with the Mew eventually, but that's just going to be an extremely long end game. So we do see the hard switch into the Scissor on the Gardevoir, as we do see the Moonblast come down, doing a 53%. If this is a bulky Scissor with max HP investment, like a bulky SD set, then generally that Moonblast probably wouldn't have done 50. So I'm going to assume that this is a banded Scissor up against this. I don't know if this is Specs Gardevoir or not. I'm not too sure what you'd want to really do in this situation, to be completely honest. But, I mean, Gardevoir, you can never risk this. I think U-turn's pretty safe, but you should never really risk that sort of a play when you're this far ahead, I guess. I'm not even too sure who'd really be in the driving seat this game, because if that was LT's Rock Setter, then that's extremely problematic. I'm going to assume we just see a Bullet Punch coming out from the Sizzle just to be on the safe side, but it's really whatever at this point. If he wants to go for the ballsy play of going for each, and I can definitely see that happening as well. It's really whatever. So we are going to see the... Oh! Was that a kill? Did the crit matter? I don't think the crit mattered. No way. I don't know if the crit mattered there, though. If someone can get a banded Sizzle calc on a Pursuit against a Gardevoir, must have mattered. I don't know. I actually don't know. Okay, well, got threat eliminated. So now the thing is... So now that the Gardevoir is just down, Staraptor comes in and just pretty much claims one. Still, okay, yeah, I'm not surprised. So Staraptor is able to probably just pick up one right now. He can definitely just go for a Brave Bird or a Double Edge if he wants. 110 and 122 are fair. Alright, so Zapdos comes out. Does show that it's pressure, but double... Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that is a banded Staraptor. Okay, I did not see that coming. Generally, when I see a Staraptor, I just have to assume it's most likely Scarf, because those are the general sets that you see people run. But a banded Staraptor on his team like this, I guess, adds as a nice wall breaker, gives some breaking potential coming in with that sort of a build. Even though it's extremely particular to see, I've not seen a Staraptor in ages, but I guess it definitely picked up a Zapdos, which is a huge threat to his team, as it was, I guess, the best answer to the Scizor, but now that that's kind of eliminated, it's a bit problematic. T-Tail does come in, and a Stone Edge right now should be able to pick something up, or at least 2-hit K or something, depending on what he decides to go into. Porygon 2 is an iffy switch in here, purely on the basis that you always, if he is clicking Stone Edge, you're already risking that high critical hit ratio, and generally the only counterplay that you're going to have there is just making sure that you dodge. So it's interesting. You'd always want to save the Staraptor here though, because you want to be able to use this thing again against something like the Mew. I guess you want to hard switch it into, oh my god, he just pursued it. Jesus Christ, LT's actually on a rampage. What the okay, LT's actually going insane right now. That was a really nice pursuit, but I guess that was a pretty safe play there. But now Porygon gets to come in and just basically click Ice Beam, or just click a stab attack, potentially just get a Toxic off, getting the right calls. Yeah, no, these are really nice plays coming out from LT, definitely showing why he's obviously one of the best players on the server right now, if not the best. But I mean, that's up for debate. I ain't saying anything. Going to Toxic. I mean, that's probably the best play you want to throw out here, but I get so Mew coming in, Toxic would be a nice play. Discharge comes out instead. If you can go for the power, that's probably a lot better than a Toxic, to be completely. Oh, he does get the power turn 1 there. So he does get the power. Leftovers are going to be coming out. But I mean, I guess it's just allowing Scizor to be able to come in and revenge this a lot easier. But at the same time, you got to play with a lot of power chance. You got to play with knockoff, taunt, Will-O-Wisp. We don't even know the set so far, but it is Will-O-Wisp, so he does go for the hard read onto the Scizor. Khevros does want to chip him down to a certain amount just to make sure he's forced to roost. I think right here you can't Will-O-Wisp. You're always forced to roost. Khevros can get in his Scizor for free right now if he really chooses to. So I'm going to see the roost ability. I'm just going to see more discharge by the looks of things. With the critical hit doing 38%, just a bit of chip. Going to force that Mew to heal up most likely next turn, as he's probably just going to go for a knockoff, if anything. Just go straight for the roost. He wants to keep this as healthy as possible. That makes sense there. Discharge does come out again. He's just stalling out sand turns by the looks of things. But Leftovers is just still keeping this thing relatively healthy. So we do see another Wisp. Oh my god. Nah, he doesn't want that Scizor coming in for free. This is where the mind games start, because if that Scizor comes in for free when Mew isn't going for a knockoff or a Will-O-Wisp, that's when it becomes a bit of a problem, because you want to make sure that this thing is not... Oh god. We do see the Mamoswine come out. Most likely going to be seeing a Discharge. So we do see the Discharge. Now, the problem is he doesn't really have an Earthquake switch in, and doubling around on this thing is extremely problematic because you don't want to be taking chip. And he can honestly just go for Icicle Crash here, considering Porygon 2 is already paralyzed. So... Oh, we just go straight for the knockoff. So this is a Life Orb knockoff Mamoswine, which is something you don't see every day. Huh. So you can go for the Icicle Crash here. And, I mean, with the Para up, I mean, it's extremely likely that it's just going to get dropped. But T-Tar does come in. He's potentially predicting a switch in. But it's just going to see the Recover come out. So now, considering how the Eviolite's gone, Khevros doesn't even have a single banded T-Tar switch in, so this Stone Edge is going to be connecting and doing, oh my god, 67% with the full para, bringing him down to 21% after the Sandstorm chip. Gonna be... Alright, so we do see the connection. So now that the Porygon 2's down, Scizor needs to come in, and hopefully, if this thing's banned, he needs to click the Superpower right now. This game should be completely over now. But there's some crazy stuff can happen. If he gets a dodge right now, potentially, on the Sword Stance, that could be a little bit problematic. I mean, if this... I think the only way you win here is if... We don't even know what Scizor this is. It could be SD, it could be banded. But if this is SD Scizor and the T-Tar gets a miss, that's actually a bit of a problem, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's the only way he wins. That's literally the only way he wins. LT does go into his own Scizor there, as we do see a U-turn coming out. Okay, so most likely a banded Scizor. No, I'm not even too sure from that damage, to be completely honest. But we do see the Zapdos come out. Can't even freely discharge here. I guess you just kind of forced to go for Heat Wave here. But you don't want that Mew coming in for free, which is kind of annoying now that I think about it. But discharge comes out anyway. It does manage to pick up that Scissor, and most likely we are going to be seeing the T-Tar come out. So it looks like the Zapdos is going to have to get sacked here. We do see the Mammoth come out instead. Excuse me. Ice Skull Crashr is always coming down now. It should be able to just do a hefty chunk to the Zapdos. It is Life Orb though. Could be Life Orb Adamant. That definitely looks... I'm not even too sure if that's Adamant or not, but that did a disgusting amount of damage. I guess right now we're just looking for an Ice Shot to come out. The Badly Poison... Oh, that was a nice double actually. That was a decent double, because the Ice Shot... Oh, what the fuck? That was actually an insanely good play. That made sense because it covered all grounds. There. Nah, that play just makes sense. And now the T-Tar can literally come in and just click crunch twice. I see why he runs Shell Bell. It's actually an interesting tech. So if you have Scizor with a Shell Bell, you can bait an opposing Magnezone, and obviously they won't know if you are Shell Bell or not. So as soon as the Magnezone comes in, you can switch out into your Porygon 2 he has in the back, and then you can trace the Magnezone, and then you automatically beat the Magnezone one-on-one, providing it's not Analytic Specs or something, because it's not going to be able to do enough damage to it KO you, and you keep it in against himself. So you're going to be basically trapping the opposing Magnezone whilst keeping your Scizor alive because it has the Shed Shell. LT just looking for some, not even a flinch, he can't outspeed, but he's looking for a defense drop right now, but he's always keeping the Zapdos below 50% when the sand's up. So, I mean, this game's just as good as over, most likely. Yeah, he goes to the discharge. He needed to get the power there.